Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Young Justice Outsiders Episode 2. So, yeah, this was supposed to be up yesterday, as you very well know, but I'll be honest, I was procrastinating. I was doing some other things and everything, and then by the time I even realized, it was just really too late. I had to do dishes, there were a few other things I had to get to, and yeah. Plus, I put a bunch of other smaller videos first, and although I'm glad I put those up, and I'm glad I did them, I really should have prioritized a little better, and just timed things out better as well. But yeah, either way, we are here now, and I think another reason I was procrastinating on it is because, I'll be honest, I liked Season 1 of Young Justice, but Season 2 did a lot of things wrong. Season 2 did a lot of things wrong involving the characters, that really sudden and out-of-nowhere time skip that just did not work, and a lot of various plot elements that I just feel were extremely either rushed or just felt like they weren't handled well. And I mean, even at the end, I understand the show was canceled and all, but they really rushed the ending. It felt just kind of out of nowhere. Now, our first episode of Young Justice Outsiders was good, and I enjoyed it. They did another time skip, but this time it actually felt more natural in its execution. And the way things are imploding within the Justice League and, well, the Young Justice team, we see that we're coming up on this almost kind of new era of things within this version of the DC universe. I mean, you could say this is its own separate universe, because the DC universe does use the multiverse theory to kind of explain away a lot of that stuff. So, yeah, it's really interesting what they're doing here, and we have a team heading out to go on their own mission kind of in secret. I believe the team is Nightwing, Aqualad, Artemis, and Black Lightning, I want to say. I think that's who I think that's the entirety of the team, pretty much. I might be a little off on that. It has been a while because, as you know, we watched the first episode, then we decided to put this on hold when we cut out a couple shows. But we are back now that we're done with Mob Psycho. And so, yeah. I am excited to see where this goes, but I just am really worried that it might end up doing just way too much of the same that Season 2 did. I presume Darkseid will be main antagonist of this season. G. Gordon Godfrey is still there and not voiced by Tim Curry anymore, which still sucks. But I believe he met with Darkseid in Season 2. I believe he had something to do with that. So he's probably going to be a legitimate enemy here as well. I mean, outside of just being a kind of a asshole on TV. We'll see, though. We'll see where it goes. And again, hopefully it ends up being really good. And hopefully it's just me worrying and everything, and it doesn't quite end up like Season 2 did. Season 2 did have some good stuff, but just, again, overall, it did way too much wrong. In my opinion, of course. But we are going to get this started. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so yeah, this was another good episode. So we continued with the big stuff from where we left off. Our team, yeah, Nightwing, Black Lightning, Artemis, and Superboy are starting to do their missions, all in surrounding of the Markovia royal family and everything. With the king and queen having been assassinated, the oldest prince, the crown prince, is headed for the throne, but because he's not yet of age, his uncle, the deceased queen's brother, will be taking over, and he's not a great guy. Now, at the end, we also found out that apparently Vertigo is working for someone in the royal family. We just don't know who. We can presume it's not Brion for obvious reasons. So it's either his brother, his uncle, or the assassination was faked and it could be one of the parents or even both of them. There's also Tara, but I don't think it's her. Like, I mean, Tara has been on the side of evil at points, but I don't think that she would be doing this kind of thing still. It just doesn't seem like her kind of, well, her kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the older brother at this point. I think the uncle is too much of a red herring. It seems too obvious. But yeah, either way, so our teams are in two separate groups at this point. Nightwing and Artemis start out by scoping out the party, trying to find their suspect and everything, and they kind of land on Simon X. Brion and Simon head out and are tailed by Nightwing, while Artemis goes to get their gear. Artemis finds these goons, which we find out were working for Count Vertigo. She finds these goons burying some dead kids. We notice that one of them comes back to life, and the goons are just still trying to bury her. It's like, oh crap, she's still alive. Let's just continue burying her, cover her faster and shit. And it's like, oh, okay. Why? Like, wouldn't you want her alive? Wouldn't you? Isn't your guys' goal supposed to have been turning these kids into metahumans and stuff, or at least activating their metahuman gene or whatever? But either way, Artemis notices this and saves the girl, and they head off together. The girl speaks very broken English, and she doesn't seem all there. Meanwhile, Superboy and Black Lightning are investigating this children's hospital that has had some abnormal readings, and they find that, yeah, that's where Bedlam is. The entrance to Bedlam is in the morgue, which just the thought of kind of sets off Black Lightning's PTSD a bit, which completely fair. And so they head down though, and they end up being attacked. They almost escape, but excuse me. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. There it is. Excuse me. I knew that was coming. I could feel it coming. But yeah, they're attacked by Vertigo, and Plasmus, I think it was called, which is the same kind of creature that Black Lightning's PTSD was born from after finding out that that was a young girl and all. So they manage to escape and almost get out of the sewers. Black Lightning jumps out, but ends up hitting his back against a rock and passes out because of it. Which, I mean, luckily that's all that happened to him. And Superboy is caught by Plasmus. He passes out because of the pain from Plasmus's touch, and is eventually put into a tank by Vertigo. Meanwhile, we see X has brought Brion there, and he seems like he's trying to help Brion, like legitimately, just as the doctor lady is as well. But Vertigo ends up coming upon things and getting all pissed about it, and so they put Brion in a tank, and Simon does seem legitimately upset by all of this. But he also mentions that he was under orders, which means that someone else is running this as well. I think Vertigo isn't in charge of Bedlam. I think he's working with whoever is in charge, which might be the royal family, for all we know. The one that Vertigo called, Your Highness. Again, that could be anyone, but I'm kind of leaning towards the brother. So I think that whoever that is the one who gave Simon his orders and all. We also see at the end the doctor, she's comforting Brianna and like saying this is for the best, this is all okay. I don't know if she's just being manipulative or if she's actually like legitimately trying to calm him down and legitimately telling him, oh, it's going to be okay, this is a good thing. I don't know what side she's on yet. And honestly, I don't fully know what side Simon X is on. But yeah, this is interesting so far. It's very interesting. And it's pretty good. Like, I'm enjoying it. They did cover the entire, the members of the Justice League who had dropped out and stuff. That was very briefly covered at the beginning of the episode, but that definitely is going to have a bigger part to play as the series progresses. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. As I said at the beginning, it's just kind of me worrying that this season's going to end up being like season 2 was, and just have all of those problems. So far, it's been good. The first 2 episodes have been good, but you never know. Anything can change. But we'll see. We'll see. And I was wrong on the team in the beginning. I think I said Aqualad was on it instead of Superboy. Yeah, I think the team I said Aqualad, Nightwing, Black Lightning, and Artemis. So yeah, I just said Aqualad instead of Superboy. And the only other thing we really had was a UN meeting where basically everyone just started arguing and getting pissed at each other. The Bialian ambassador's like, why can't we have a superhero too? And one of the others is like, maybe because all you guys produce is villains. And it's like, and he has this reaction like, it's like, shit. But then he's like trying to say, that's not fair. That was funny. And Luther, of course, being at the head of that and everything. And yeah, it's Luther. So yeah, there's that problem. Interesting to see Garth as the ambassador, though. It's like, okay. Not necessarily who I would have chosen, I guess, but I guess it works. But yeah, either way, I thought this was, like I said, a good episode. I'm interested to see where it goes next. And I don't think they're going to hold off too long on revealing who the bad guy in the royal family is. I don't think they're going to try to make that this big ongoing mystery. They're probably going to reveal that next episode. At least I hope they do. I feel like trying to make it this big ongoing mystery would just, it wouldn't work. Not for this kind of thing. But either way, tell me in the comments below what you thought of the second episode of Young Justice Outsiders. Tell me what you think of just who could possibly be the person that Vertigo was calling. Tell me what you think of this girl who came back to life and now has a meta power. And your thoughts on the entire situation with the metahuman trafficking storyline that they're going with here. Tell me your thoughts on all of that and more in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles,